All right, so before we get into the video, actually no introduction for this video. Let's just go ahead and get right in. It's Carl's Garage here. I'm going over a huge Kia Hyundai recall related topic. Yes, and I didn't even know about this. I was just doing some research. It was actually my birthday yesterday. So I've been busy all week, just kind of doing my own thing all week, but I'm like, I know I got to get you guys some content. So let's start here because I keep seeing all over my feed, the new Kia, whatever it is, Sorento, whatever it is. It looks like a Range Rover. Then you also got the new Hyundai Palisade, same vehicle, right? Same company. But I guess the Kia one is looking like crazy and it's looking like a, like I said, like a Range Rover, and you're able to get it for like 45 grand. My wife and I were looking them up. I think like the Range Rover version, the one that Tiger Woods just crashed, is like 200 something thousand, or you can get the Kia version for under 50 grand. It's crazy right now, the price difference for a vehicle that looks the same. But again, they're all crap. And I want you guys to know right here, they're not even selling them. Like, they're not even selling them. So before we talk about the brand new 2026 Palisade that you literally can't buy right now, literally, you can't buy it right now. I want to pull up a comment I just got from Melvin, and he has a 2014 Kia Sorento with a 3.3 liter V6. Now remember, these have the 3.5 V6. And I keep telling people, and you'll see me tell them, you know, he has problems. And I'm like, listen guys, it doesn't matter. The vehicles, they all suck. They're just gonna continue to suck, just in different versions. Like, it's just gonna suck. You're just gonna be in a better looking car, but you're gonna have the exact same problems. And now with 68,000 recalls after this fatal incident, it sucks and it's unsafe. So he's got boiling coolant and oil leak at the back of his cylinder heads, and the coolant is mixing with the oil. Now, this is how I replied to him. But let me show you guys exactly the actual comment. So he says, "Hey Carl, my name is Melvin. I have a 2014 Kia Sorento SXL with a 3.3 liter engine." Now remember that these all come, and I have all the specs right here. So the new ones come with let me grab these all right here real quick, because there's so many issues. There's so many issues going on with these motors. Let's see, the spec 3.8 liter, no. Okay, so you can get the new, what's called a Smartstream era, the Smartstream era. So the new blood and the 2026 Palisade is the Smartstream era. Right? Hyundai is officially moving away from the old architecture. From 2026, they are betting everything on their new Smartstream family, right? Theta 2, Smartstream, there's a bunch of other ones. So they have the 2.5 liter turbo engine. I don't know if about in this one specifically, but they do have a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated. I think in this one is a 2.5 liter turbo, right? So 329 combined horsepower, 339 pound-feet of torque, made it to a 6-speed automatic. The reality is this is the flagship powertrain for the new Palisade, and much faster option, 0 to 60 in about 6.6 seconds. Here we go. I can go on into more. And then they also have the 3.5 liter V6, 287 horsepower, made it to an 8-speed automatic. Now that's different than the Theta 2 era, which is a 2 liter and a 2.4 liter Theta GDI engine. So those are different as well. Those are the ones that went out. Oh, no, I want to wait. Those are the ones that went out, and those are the ones I help you guys out with over here at Carl's Garage. If you have those engines, come check out Carl's Garage, check out all the books that I have, or if you need help actually dealing with them and you want real answers, AI software that's built specifically for it, and you actually get these books for free if you purchase the Kia Hyundai Recall Agent. This is where I come in and help you out tremendously. So we're gonna go back over here to the car. But the fatal flaw in those cars, the engine caused why does this keep doing this? A multi-billion-dollar lawsuit. Primary issue was the fundamental design, but the manufacturer had metallic debris in the engines and the crankshafts. Not that these engines don't have problems, because they do, but I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to why, unfortunately, if you have the V6, you're just screwed. So let's read his actual statement. So he said, recently started leaking coolant in the temperature gauge. So Melvin said, yeah, it recently, he didn't name how many miles he had, but he said it recently started leaking coolant and the temperature gauge kept going into overheating range. That could do that. That sounds normal. That has nothing to do with Kia or Hyundai. All cars can do that. Then would go back to normal. I also noticed that the coolant in the coolant reservoir would start boiling. To me, it sounds like head gasket. As soon as because that's heat that's going back all the way through the system. I took it to an auto repair shop and got it auto repair shop to get diagnosis ran on it. I was told that there was an oil leak in the back of the engine where the cylinder heads were, and that head gaskets needed to be replaced. Yeah, sounds familiar. Sounds about right. I just said that. Also, the coolant had possibly started mixing with the oil. Yep, that's what happens, which was causing my vehicle's engine to overheat. And that was the best option, and that the best option would be to get an engine replacement. Yeah, I mean, I can't say that that's the best option. It is a V6. So you'll have 2 head gaskets. I don't know. I know, on my V8 truck and my Lexus, it's pretty difficult on those, especially because of the way that the engine is. The front side is super easy. You could take the head off there, but that back side facing the firewall, that's going to be the hard part. So if you don't have any room, it can get very difficult, especially just depending on how they did it, which caused my vehicle's engine to overheat, and that the best option would be to get an engine replacement. Yeah, I could see that. If in that case, if you did get a new engine, I would do all the while you're in theirs, while that new engine is out, head gaskets, everything that you can. This way, whenever you put it in there, you basically got like a brand new engine. I do compression tests, I do everything, because your average shop is not gonna do that. The Sorento has 198,000 miles on it. I hope you're still not paying on that car. And there are no engine or warning lights that came on apart from temperature gauge raising and then going back to normal temperature. Oh, and there's also a faint smell of coolant. My question is there any possible hope that my 3.3 liter engine will be covered for an engine replacement? So, no, God, no. I wouldn't even, this has nothing to do with recall, buddy. This has nothing to do with recall. This has something to do with shit happens. Like, this is just what happens when you get with a cheap car that has, close to 200,000 miles on it. I have a truck with well over 200,000 miles on it. I'm just fine. I don't have any issues. I have a Toyota Camry 2012, older than yours, with almost 200,000, 180,000 miles on it. I'm not gonna say I'll never, but I have zero issues with that thing. Zero leaks anywhere, like not even like a faint leak. It's bone dry. It's the most dry car I have. I say that in all my videos. So no, unfortunately, yes, that engine does suck. Yes, luckily you're not having an oil issue, but you are having oil leak issues because those things burn oil. They leak oil. There's so many other issues that go wrong with these cars because they're only 100,000 mile cars, period. That's why they give you the 100,000 mile warranty, and the vehicles are so cheap. They're so cheap. I can't even make up how cheap. I'll prove it to you, Auto Trader. They're so cheap. If we go to this one right here, the Santa Fe, right? But the newest one, I'll even go to Nationwide. If we go to Nationwide, and we go down here to Make, and we go down here to Kia, and what is their new one called? Right there. So if we go to the brand new Kia, you get this fancy new, brand new Kia, looks like a Range Rover. Look at that thing. That thing looks just like a Range Rover. 54 grand, right? No miles, 12 miles on it, 54 grand. This car comes with 2.5 liter. Doesn't even say turbo, so it just says just 2.5. It could be turbo, I don't know. It doesn't say turbo, but it says comes with the 2.5 liter. Could be, oh yeah, turbo. Yep, so 2.5 liter turbo. So I know even if this car does come with that's a heavy vehicle for that little bitty motor and all-wheel drive. So that little bitty motor and that turbo, which everybody knows turbo cars are, they're gonna be going down because you have forced induction, pushing that heavy vehicle in all-wheel drive, all 4 wheels. That after 80,000 miles, that motor's gonna pop, right? Versus, let's go down here let's add another make, and let's go to Range Rover, which is what they're going after. What is it? Land Rover, whatever, 20, do they have it in here? I guess I gotta select, I don't even know what the hell it's called. I don't know what it's called. Is it Range Rover? I don't know what the hell, Range Rover, there we go. Let's see, Kia Telluride, they got one for 66. Let's exit out of this Telluride, boop, add a Kia, boop. I don't know how there's, is it 2026? Let's go to, looks the exact same. They got some in here for, look, 299,000, 292. This thing looks identical to the one that we just saw. It looks identical. And these suck too. These are horrible. And 5 year, look at this price right now. In 3 to 5 years, you'll be able to get this for like 80 grand. Easy, 70 to 80 grand in 3 to 5 years. Easy. It's not even a question. But look what they put in it. A big V8 for the exact same car. So my point is that, unfortunately, these are just bad cars, right? So, and I'm gonna finish up with this, but I just want to let you guys know that I just want to read this comment that these are just shit cars no matter what. Thank God you got to 200,000 miles. And a head gasket, well, you have to do 2 because you're a V6. You have to do 2 head gaskets. You know, you got to take the heads off. I mean, it's, in your case, if you got to 200,000 miles, hopefully you don't owe on this car and you own it. That's not bad. That's really not bad. I mean, compared to other cars like Hondas and Toyotas, it's not that bad, because if you can find the right mechanic to slap on 2 head gaskets, you should be fine. I wouldn't do a new motor at all unless you could sell your old one, but just swap the head gaskets. Just pay to get them done. If you own the car, if you don't own the car and you're still paying for it, then that kind of sucks, especially if you're paying for a super old car, 2014. But again, the problems with these vehicles outside of just their engines is now they're having safety issues. So that's what's crazy. Hyundai has stopped selling certain trims of the 2026 Palisade, and which is weird because the Palisade and the Telluride are the exact same car. So how can they keep selling the Telluride, but they can't keep selling the Palisade? Is very weird. But the automaker is preparing to recall 68,500 SUVs because somebody passed away in the United States and Canada because the power second and third row seat may fail to detect an occupant or an object. The recall follows the death of a young child in Ohio, which is crazy. I'll leave the link in the description down below to this. You guys can go and watch. But Hyundai says that in a press release that it does not yet have the full details of the incident still under investigation, while extending the deepest sympathies to their family. The recall affects more models, limited in Calgary trims, and includes 60,515 SUVs in the United States and 7,967 in Canada. So the automaker is currently finalizing the detailed recall and will then submit them to the National Highway Safety Administration. So the fact that they're recalling this many, did they sell that many in 1 year, or are they just recalling all of them? Either way, you know, that's an unfortunate situation. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen with other car makers, but what I am telling you is that this seems to be very, look, they have other recalls too, but this seems to be very frequent when it comes to Kia and Hyundai. So man brings in overheating Hyundai. And again, I've been covering this for 6 whole years of all the issues pertaining to Kias and Hyundais, and now they're pulling their entire, one of their flagship vehicles outside of the Sonata. The Palisade has become, a very popular vehicle, very popular SUV. Like I said, you get the looks of a Range Rover of the price of a Toyota Camry, or in this price, the price of a brand new, Kia Optima or K5, whatever they call them. So yeah, I just wanted to make this quick video to give you guys an update just on this huge recall that's going on that caused a fatal accident. And just to read that guy's comments, that no matter what engine you get, there's nothing that you can really do. Let me get off this page. No matter what engine you get, there's nothing that you can really do. There's going to continue to be problems with these engines. I have tons of comments, ones that I haven't read, ones that I have read, and it's just unfortunate. So again, if you have one of these vehicles, if you buy the books, if you buy my Kia Hyundai Recall book, not my Kia Hyundai Recall book. If you buy my Carl's Garage handbook, you're going to get all of these documents right here. All these documents right here. And then if you get the software, you're going to get both books for free. I might even throw in my flip book. I might even throw in this. I know if you buy, anybody who's bought this, I give them everything for free. I give you everything for free. You even get access to my agent. So if you spend $99, you're going to get both of these books for free, and you're going to get access to my Kia agent. If you haven't got access to the Kia agent and you have purchased this book, just email me. I'm pretty sure I hit everybody, but if I didn't, just email me and show me your purchase order number, and then I'll send you the access. I'll add your name in the admin dashboard in your email so that you can just log right in. But outside of that, like I said, you come in here, you can put in all your information here, you can generate a response, and I also have the chat assistant here. We can come in here, type in whatever you want, add your files, upload it. It'll give you specific answers pertaining to whatever's going on with you. Where's the dealer ratings? The dealer ratings, this is super popular. This is for people who, so earlier this month, this is for people who are having issues with their dealerships or who have gotten approved from dealerships. So if your dealer sucks, come in here, put it in here. If your dealer's good, come in here, put it in there. So I advise you guys to come check out everything that I offer. Everything that I offer is 100% written by me, coded by me, designed by me. Everything is done right here. I'm in my bedroom. Everything is done right here. I got my computer set up. This is what I do for a living: software, development, and coding, and all types of stuff. So again, it's gonna be it for this video. Stay tuned for the next one. I will be doing another one for straight out of content.